Hey, welcome to Non-Perishable Goods Podcast. I am Stacey,
And I'm Bishop.
and we are so glad that you are choosing to spend your time with us today. Before we get any further, just make sure that you subscribe to us on YouTube and find us on our social media platforms on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, Bishop's just so cool. He just makes me laugh all the time, you guys. You have no idea. But anyways, this show is going to be a part two of our previous show, where we discussed the brain. And I don't know, I've just really been into the brain, and I've come across a lot of great people and pages and different things talking about neuroscience. And
Sources, information.
the what?
Sources, information.
Oh, sorry. Let's see. I can't remember the names, but it's people that I follow. But I did. Well, okay, there's the Huberman Lab. He has a really good podcast where he's talking a lot about neuroscience and different things. Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's his name, I believe. He has Star Talk. So he talks about a lot of more like physics and has interesting guests on. And there's this one lady on Instagram that I follow, and she actually connects neuroscience with biblical concepts. And it just, when I found her page, my mind was blown because there's a lot of things with neuroscience that explains, are they, it's like interchangeable, like the whole concept of renewing our mind, and with neuroscience, it explains practical ways to rewire our mind. And so, I don't know. What did you learn last week, Bishop? What was the most interesting thing? Was there anything? Please say there was something.
No.
Dang. Oh my gosh. So, I guess the biggest thing from this show is well, like our brain, like being able to rewire it and program it because it's a computer, and it's such an amazing computer that artificial intelligence is built off of it. You know what I mean? Like they've basically built the model of artificial intelligence from our brains. And that, AI is so amazing because it does a bunch of what is it, computations, like way more than our actual brains. So it's like it's the model, our prototype of our human brains. It creates AI, but AI just took it to the next level because it can do so many computations. So that in itself, like just the way that it's even made, um, is really like iconic. Like our brain is iconic. Our brain is amazing, you guys, and we could change it. We could reprogram it.
How?
Thanks for asking. You can change it because, so basically with neuroplasticity, that's the process, right? It's a powerful process that our brain is constantly changing from what we think, what we do, and what we feel, right? So
Okay.
so that's the process, but you can change your, like they call them neural pathways. Like I went into it further in the first episode, but we can literally change our mind by our actions. And it's like deeply embedded in us based on like what we feel.
Sounds like you're just explaining experience, or you're about to explain experience.
Yes. So like whatever you have, like your to create these new pathways in our mind, to like rewire our mind and reprogram our mind, you have to be intentional and you have to be repetitive and you have to be focused. And like the more that you feel what you're doing, that's like a booster. Like it will ingrain it into that pathway quicker and deeper and faster. So, like literally, if you have a habit, because you heard about it takes 21 days to create a new habit? Like, have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
So it's really based off of neuroscience.
It's like 10,000 hours of mastering your craft.
Yeah. And you know that is kind of like for experience. But neural pathways is basically the more you do something, the the more it creates it strengthens that neural pathway. And that's how you remember, and that's how you get better, and that's how you become that. And so whether you reinforce it with good or bad, or whatever you're telling yourself, whether good or bad, that is what's going to be created. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, same thing with anything physical, right? If I play the piano every day for like an hour or two, eventually after the 10,000 hours, like I'll probably become a pianist.
Yeah, like you'll be great because the thing with our neural pathways is that if you learn something new,
Pianist,
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 pianist, yeah.
pianist. Sorry.
It's probably either way you could say it. But yeah, so like even like with our brains, like if you learn something new, that really sparks your neurons and it gets your brain excited and it like strengthens a new pathway. So like literally your brain, like it's a way to make your brain grow and the white matter and the gray matter and all that stuff be healthy with the neurons, like you have to continue to learn. You have to continue to um, just reinforce whatever you're learning, whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to change. Like you just have to continually do that.
What if it's something I don't want to do, but I had to do it to survive? Like if I get trapped in the jungle or if I'm in prison.
Yeah.
Does the same neural pathways? Is it the same? But
Yeah.
this like I don't like it, but I have to, or my schedule changes.
Well, you have to look at it differently. You
But
know what
does
I'm saying?
anything change in my mind, or is it the same process?
Well, what changes in your mind is how you approach it. Let's say you're in
I
jail.
have to.
Yeah.
So
You're
I'm
in
forced
jail. Okay.
assimilating,
Yeah.
right? Same same process.
What do you mean?
Because you're being positive about it. You know, if I start riding a bike or a motorcycle, I want to learn to ride a motorcycle because I want to ride a motorcycle. But if I get trapped in the jungle, I have to force a simulate to survive. So I have to eat mushrooms and bugs and build a tent out, scratch, and hopefully I remember all those YouTube nature channel, posts, you know what I'm saying? Like to survive.
Right. So, I mean, with your example, if you are now in the jungle and you're no longer riding your motorcycle, you may lose that pathway. That neural pathway would be weakened, and then you would be strengthened. Another neural pathway would be strengthened um, because you're putting all your effort in surviving and learning how to survive.
But it's in the
But
same area,
also,
right?
what do you mean?
Like the neural pathways is the whole brain,
Yeah.
and is so I'm
And
building
it,
another pathway.
yes, yes. And the more pathways, the better for your brain. Like it's healthier.
Really?
Yeah. That's how you keep your brain healthy. Like by recreating all these different pathways. Like our brain can do so many things. Like it could do so many computations just like an AI can, but it does way more because it has all those supercomputers running it. But
Is that
you're,
what's producing electricity in our brain?
what's
Because it's
that?
active. Because it's active.
You know
You know,
what?
we produce electricity, right?
We have electrons
Yeah.
in
So
in our
like,
cells.
is that like, how the battery goes like an engine? So this is our brain because we're alive. We're drinking coffee. We're on mushrooms allegedly. We're, what I'm saying, we're talking about brains. We're reading books. We're listening to audiobooks. But if we get lazy, for months and months and months, does this happen? And then like what happens?
You veg out and you lose
Do we
your
die?
no. Well, I mean, they say if you're idle and you're sitting down watching TV every night is like
Yeah,
worse.
consistently.
Yeah, it's worse than smoking so many cigarettes, like
Like old age, or even like the people who have dementia or whatever, they're immobile.
yeah.
Eventually they'll die, but do they die because of their brain? Because they're not stimulated, because they're not doing anything? Because like you
Well,
sit your 70-year-old, 80-year-old grandfather in front of the TV set. I mean, technically they're watching it,
but that's not enough stimulation
but
for
it's
your
not
brain.
okay.
It's not enough. Like our brain needs to be worked out. And like we discussed last time, like the way to work your brain out is to teach it new things, to, learn a language, like practice, like you said, become a great pianist. Just different things will keep your brain healthy. Crossword puzzles, regular puzzles, you know.
Candy Crush.
Yeah, yeah. Exercise, riding a bike. But that's what I was gonna say. It's like our brain is the machine that like kind of guides everything in our body. It's like the operating system or the main system, but it's also connected to our heart. And so if you don't work out, if you don't move, your heart is also a muscle. And if you're not getting blood flowing, if you're not getting good oxygen to your cells, like you could possibly wear out, your body would wear out and die. Like we need movement. Like our bodies need to be active, whether that looks like mental or physical, you know?
Yeah.
So,
So
um,
I have games on my phone, so I can keep my brain moving.
yeah, as long as it's like I feel like if it was like well, I don't know. What if it's like a killing game or something like GTA where
Accuracy,
where it's like violent, you know what I mean?
strategic.
Like would that
It's all strategy, it's all accuracy, it's all timing. So I'm still, it's not dumb. It's not like a zombie shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like each target is I'm determined to kill that target faster and faster and faster. Strategically. Assassin's Creed, you have to go behind people and be quiet. Batman, Arkham Asylum, you have to do the same thing. You can jump behind people and strangle them. You know what I mean? Like it's strategic.
right?
So
Okay, well I can see
as I'm
that.
jumping in the air, am I going to kill the person or am I just going to jump behind them? It's like I'm being uh is it decisive? I'm deciding what I'm going to do.
Right, right, right. Well, I could see that, but then you're also consuming like form of negativity too. So that could be creating a neural
But
pathway. And
is the
that could be
neg Go ahead.
like
Sorry.
that could be creating a negative effect on
But is
your
it negative
neural
if it makes
pathway.
me happy?
Hmm.
As
Well,
Batman, I'm killing the bad guys.
you'll remember it
In
and
Call
it
of Duty, I'm killing the other guy quicker, so I beat him. Technically, I've sent him to the gulag. Makes me happy.
right. Well, you're feeling that
My
emotion.
dopamine rushes.
Yeah, like your amygdala is like making you feel that. So whatever you're experiencing, you're going to remember that and you're
Yeah,
going to be able to recall that and it's in your brain.
yeah.
So I don't know what the outcome would be if that's good or bad. Like if you're shooting somebody, you know what I mean? Like that's
A,
what I'm saying. The
a
actual act.
digital somebody, not a real person.
Yeah, but okay, but don't we feel, well, media and games and TV and music affects us. So I feel like video games with negative outlooks would affect us negatively in the long run.
I don't think so.
Like what if it starts giving you dreams or nightmares or
Then you're probably sick anyway.
yeah. So I don't know. I'll have
I
to
like
look into
girls,
that.
but I'm not going to stalk them. But we know there are stalkers in the world who are male. I know there's females, but particularly in my case, there. Or I mean not my. I'm
I'm
sorry.
like, wait, what?
I'm
Is this
sorry.
a confession?
No, yeah, well, yeah, okay. In my case, like I like women, but I'm not going to stalk them. It's not that serious, right?
Right. Yeah.
But I do love women, right?
Hmm.
There's other guys who love women too, but they love them so much they'll pay them, they'll simp out for them, they'll stalk them, whether physically or online. And that's a little extreme, right?
Right.
So it's the same thing. Like we're playing Call of Duty or any violent game. At any age, I know that this is not real. I'm not going to go out and buy a gun and do it in GTA car, a person in the middle of the street,
Well,
right?
yeah, because your neural pathways are healthy.
Right. But there's unhealthy people
Right.
in
That's what I'm
everywhere.
saying. Yeah. So you
I
don't
mean,
know
look at
you
the
don't know how they're processing or you don't know how their
did Jeffrey
brain.
Dahmer play a video game and then he just like, oh, I'm about to start killing hella people because I'm gay and I like to eat meat.
Yeah, he
You know what I
has,
mean?
but his trauma that he's experienced,
That's trauma though. There's no trauma in the video game. I chose to play this game.
right.
It's like those kids back in the days that listened to Judas Priest or Columbine, whatever they were listening to before they started on their killing spree. Anybody who did a killing spree at a school, like the one in Texas, what did they listen to before? Like, are we gonna blame outside interference, or are we just gonna? It's on that person. That person was sick anyway.
Well, I think it's a snowball effect. I think everything that they've consumed or experienced in their life has had brought them to that point,
But it's
clearly.
just trauma, right? Like let's say you have trauma, right? Let's say you were
But
abused.
every experience is trauma. Like
Yeah,
the way that our brain processes it, like anything that gives us a feeling, a deep emotional connection to whatever we experience, that's going to be embedded in your brain.
but everybody deals with something, right? Whether extreme or very low, 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 right? Like 1% of extremity. But if it's like extreme, like somebody getting essayed like twice in their lifetime, it doesn't mean they're going to essay somebody else. It doesn't mean they're going to crash out and do drugs, right? I know a few
We don't
people
know
who
what it will do. Yeah.
I know a few people who have been essayed and they're living normal lives. Now, whatever they went through after that and now obviously they did good because they processed it the best they could and they lived through it, but other people crash out, do drugs, end up on the street, do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what happened between those two? A bunch of factors, right? Support, family, love, you know what I'm saying? Or like access to alcohol, money, you know what I'm saying? Like all that factors in.
Yeah. No, it does. And I think a lot of it comes down to what's in people's hearts. And because your heart, that makes up your thoughts, your beliefs, your intentions, your emotions, your moral center, and your decision making. So whatever's in a person's heart, that will come out in their actions. So whatever is in that person's core being from everything they experienced, that's going to cause them to act out and do either good or bad things. So if the heart has goodness in it, then the only option is to produce good things.
I
But
don't
if
think that affects somebody who does have a good heart, but just so happened to be addicted to drugs because of what they dealt with when they were a teenager.
But drugs
I
and
don't think
addiction,
that's fair to say.
but drugs and addiction doesn't make you a bad person
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what does the heart have to do with it?
because that's kind of like your moral
Like
compass,
I'm talking about the
like your core
dichotomy of
values.
I'm talking about the dichotomy of the situation, right? Of a trauma event, right? Now you can either go the addicted way or you just live with it, hopefully get support and just press on and live fruitfully. But this person, what happened to this person?
It's
They're both got the same heart. They're all good.
no, not necessarily,
But
because
nobody who does drugs wants to do drugs. It's just the trauma to them was so extreme. But these two people did have the same trauma, but they dealt with it two ways. So why does
it
their
depends
heart
on
have to do with that?
it depends on their being, their makeup, that person. So like it's just depends on the person. And so each
Yes,
person has, because your heart, it has, it's not, it's the heart is more like a symbolic thing. It's not necessarily what's in your heart. It's just what you're made of.
I think it's
Your
what
character,
I think it's your environment. It's possible your character, but
it
I
is.
think it's more your environment.
I mean that all
That's
these
something I
things,
need to analyze. I could go analyze that. But go ahead.
yeah, all these things, I think all of these things play a factor. Definitely environment. I'm not saying like one is exclusive from the other. Like they're all it's all makes up who you are, especially in your environment.
It's like people who live in extreme poverty in the hoods or whatever. You have one who succumbs and sells drugs and does dirt, and then you have the same another kid who keeps on going to school, sees everything this kid sees, but he sees everything, but he goes to college, he goes to the military, he exceeds in life. This one, same thing, sees everything, but stays in the hood. Like what?
I don't know.
That's
Okay.
individuality.
Yes, that's what's in
So
that's who
if
your core values are. That's
you
who
embrace the negative, why did this kid embrace the positive and want to have something better in life? Like who wants to stay in, PTSD of the hood, having to carry a gun, not knowing where your meal or if someone's gonna take your life, you know what I'm saying? Like who
well
wants to
hit
live like that?
yeah, well that person's thoughts or that person's neural pathways are created differently because they're causing him to do different actions, which could be built off of his environment, his support group, his community. It could be he prays, he meditates, he cleansed his mind, he told himself that I could be better, I could be greater than this, and overcomes. Like you hear about stories like that all the time. But there's some people who just don't have that will for whatever reasons. They could have none of the things that I just mentioned. And so it makes it a little bit more difficult to overcome. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Like, and that's really just comes down to what's in your heart and what your neural pathways, how they're strengthened.
I don't think it's hard. I think it's your environment and what and how you succumb to your environment.
Right. But that is okay. Like the show is all about rewiring your mind. So your environment affects your mind. It creates neural pathways in your mind. Like whatever you experience, it's here.
It's
It's in
like
your
my it's like
computer. Your
it's like my
computer.
my curiosity on stalkers is fascinating to me how one person can have one-itis on a woman who they probably never met or they just see like look at all those people who killed other people just because they saw them online or something and they went to their house and
Their
they
neural
stalked their
pathways
house
are jacked up.
like they actually thought like they could have a relationship with these women. Like,
Their
what is that?
their brain is wired differently.
And this could be a person, like all these people have jobs, live a normal life, right? But for some reason, this female individual sparked something in their brain to where, like, I want her, I got to have her, she's mine. I can convince her how, you know, like, what is that?
Well, their prefrontal cortex is not good at decision making, or it's telling them that that girl is theirs, or you know what I mean? Like it's something literally there's a malfunction in their neurons.
But that's a psychopath, right? It's
Yeah,
like a little
that's
trick.
all in your brain. Yeah. Psychopath, sociopath, like I don't know what part of the brain that impacts, but I'm sure somebody has done the research. Hold on, I'm going to look that up
Oh,
right
absolutely.
When we talk about the brain areas affected in people who have psychopathic or sociopathic traits, the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex are often highlighted. The amygdala, which is involved in emotions and fear responses, tends to show differences in activity and structure. The prefrontal cortex, which helps with decision making, impulse control, and regulating social behavior, can also show differences. So the neural pathway involving these areas and how they communicate can be quite different.
there. Phone is dead. My phone just died. Um,
Okay, real quick, I have two things to say. Chat GPT, I am now convinced that they base their candor and speech sequence on the user
mhm,
100%. Because
mhm.
mine is goofy and loud and shit. She
Really?
sounds just like you. I heard on different pods they use Chat GPT and put it up there and record the whole thing for us to see. They sound like their user. That is weird as fuck.
It's amazing.
Like that is yours.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
picked up.
saying?
It picked up on our patterns. It's picked up on our patterns. It's picked up on our
That's fucking
tone.
crazy.
It's picked up. That's all the data sets that they've put in AI. Like they have our behaviors down. That's why they created social media so that they could get our patterns down, get down what we, to create
But
these
this is like
algorithms.
speech impediment. This is like your candor, like the way you talk. Like she sounds like you.
She listens to me all day long.
Yeah, she sounds like you, bro.
Google's been listening to me. You know what I mean? Like all these things that we've signed away to use
I
for
don't give a
free.
shit about none of that, bro.
But
She
that's
sounds just like you, nigga. She's that is like if you were in a computer, that's you right there. That's how you fucking sound, dude. That
really,
is creepy as fuck.
yeah.
That is creepy as fuck.
It's smart. It's mathematical. It's ones and
That is
zeros.
that's like a it's like monkey see, monkey do. That is insane.
But that just shows us like the AI is modeled after the brain, and the brain is extremely intelligent.
Because when mine talks, it's like, yo, let me tell you,
Shut
the
up.
blah blah blah. I can see her doing this. I can see and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, okay, okay, go ahead. Your shit was like, dude, I can see, like, it's like she's copying you, bro. That is fucking creepy as fuck. That's cool, but it's like that
Yeah.
she like imprinted on you like a dragon. Like that is your AI
Yeah,
assistant.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I
That
noticed maybe in
was
the last couple
that
months,
was so, my God.
yeah, the last couple months, it very much so had some kind of update because it started like really kind of like catching my nuances. And I was like,
That's
is this me?
that's a trip.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So it's wild. It is very, very wild. Um,
Anyway, cut or action. Okay, so I bring up the stalking because for me, being around women, like, why am I not like that? Why I have never stalked a girl. I had no like, is it inclinations? I had no reason, I had many reasons, but I just, that part of me just was like, I can't do that. I don't have the time.
Right. Well, we just used to say people aren't wrapped too tight. And that's basically saying, everybody's different, but not everybody has it all together. Like there's people out here, their brains are literally out of here. Like they're not working properly. And that's why it is so important to rewire our brains before it goes too far and where we lose control of it. Because, like, when people say, oh, lost my mind, like you could really lose your mind. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
those are panic attacks,
Yeah.
anxiety attacks.
Yes.
But how do
Yes.
you? But how you? This one's about rewiring. But how do we go about rewiring? If somebody's having a panic attack, uh, aside from taking them to the hospital or telling them to lay down, like,
Well,
I mean, there's really nothing we can do, right?
no,
You have
there
to
is
go through
though.
it.
No,
I mean, sorry, you have to write it out.
yes, but you could, it's like a five things. You have to touch something, you have to smell something, you have to, to ground yourself. Like there's things that you can do to like quickly come out of
You know
that.
what helps me is if somebody stroke my knob. That makes me calm. It makes me like centered. It makes me focus.
Right. I'm sure that would work.
It
But
does. It works.
yeah, that
This is
that
my advice to anybody out there. If somebody having an anxiety attack and you know them, just stroke.
Yeah, that'll bring them out pretty quickly. I'm sure of it. I'm
Yeah.
sure of it. But there are technical ways to
Oh,
combat
okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
anxiety.
Okay. And
But
that's just for me. That maybe that's just for me.
I don't know if that one has been researched, but
Okay. All right.
I'm sure it probably works. I feel
Just
like that would
maybe
work.
just for me. I don't advise it. I'm just saying for me. That's for me. So if anybody's
Right.
out there around me and they am having an anxiety attack, you know what I'm saying? Man or female, just stroke.
This you are the craziest person ever. His neural pathways are wild. You have cool neural pathways. Okay, but anyways, so here is a step-by-step guide to create new neural pathways, ladies
Cool.
and gentlemen.
All right.
Okay, so you have to think new thoughts and think them on purpose. Your brain rewires around what you focus on. Speak affirmations, rehearse truths, or visualize the kind of mindset you want. So, like, instead of saying, I'm terrible with money, say, I'm learning how to manage money more wisely, right? So, you really just have to think about what you're thinking about. So, if like, always just think good thoughts. Or if you're thinking bad thoughts, you're just going to reinforce that in your brain. But we're talking about thinking good thoughts to renew your mind. So then repetition is key. The more you fire the same thought, the stronger that pathway becomes. The second thing, do new things, even if they feel awkward. Neural pathways grow through action, not just intention. Try new habits, hobbies, or behaviors, even small ones. For example, journal daily,
Mm, I like that one.
walk a new route, taking deep breaths before reacting is very helpful to strengthen your pathways. So every time you act on the new thing, you strengthen the new connection. The interrupt the old pathways. Catch yourself in negative loops or self-defeating behaviors. Pause, breathe, replace the thought, or redirect the action. For example, an old pattern, I always procrastinate. interrupt that thought with, that's not who I am anymore. And then the new pattern would be, I take small steps now, even when I don't feel like it. Like, it's so important to tell yourself, like, big up yourself and speak positively and speak life to everything. And I did that like this past week after our last show. Like, I was kind of, I wanted to put it into practice, and I was dreading checking my emails because, there's always some kind of drama or whatever. But I told my mind, like, I caught my mind. It was like, oh, these emails are going to be terrible. But I said, no. I said, whatever I encounter, I'll be able to overcome, And I swear, dude, like, just having that like positive reinforcement that I would make it through and I would overcome this situation, the emails weren't as challenging. Like, I was able to get through it.
The way I deal with my situations like that is I compare it to tougher things that I've dealt with and obviously got through, right? So I'm like, is this worse than, getting hit by a car or getting shot at? No, bro. Like, answer your emails.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look at your
Exactly.
bank account.
Yeah.
Walk that other pathway or get up early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Like, everything that you dread, like, just change the way you think about it. And that's going to and if you continue to do that, that's going to reinforce a new neural pathway in a more positive direction. And then the less that you have those negative thoughts, that neural pathway will weaken and you won't bring that back. But there is a way, because our brain just suppresses things, but you could create new habits to totally weaken that. Like, if you never think on that ever again, it won't come back. Like, that's like our brain, you have control over your mind. Like, and that's what I find so amazing about neuroplasticity.
I like to remain optimistic about situations, even if it doesn't go my way. I'll say, okay, it didn't happen the way I wanted it to, but at least I know I went through it. I went through the fire. I came out, what I'm saying, kind of ashy, get the dust off, what I'm saying, and then I study and then go again, try
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, exactly.
Like dust yourself off and try again. Dust
Exactly.
yourself off and try again.
Yep.
Try again.
You got to go back and forth with it, and just keep recreating new neural pathways. So, okay. And then the next thing is feel the feelings you want to anchor. Emotions supercharge learning. Want to rewire for confidence? Do things that stretch you and let yourself feel proud after. The strong the stronger the emotional connection, the faster the rewiring. Okay, number 5, sleep and rest. Your brain literally rewires while you sleep. Neuroplasticity isn't just about what you do, it's also about recovery. During sleep, your brain consolidates new patterns and cleans out the clutter. Like, there's so many parts of our body that are like self-cleaning, like with the autophagy, like that
I
slush
wish I
off.
wish my butthole was. Keep going.
Right. So yeah, the woman's vagina is self-cleaning.
Hmm.
Our ears are self-cleaning.
No, it's not.
There's so many things. Yes, it is. Like your inner ear. You're not supposed to wash your inner ear. I hope you know that.
Oh,
But you could wash around your ear, behind your ear, and like in your the this part of your ear, but not in your ear canal. Don't touch that. That's self-cleaning. Because that
first of all, they shouldn't have had that one area where it just feels so good. When I,
with with the Q-tip, I know. Don't do that. You could pierce your eardrum and all kinds of stuff. Um, so yeah, so not only are cells flush off when we fast, but when you go to sleep, it also cleans
you say
out the
flesh off,
yeah, like you
flesh off,
are slush off. I don't know.
like flesh.
No. Like like when your body gets rid of stuff, flushes out.
Like
It
like
flushes out. Maybe that's what I meant to say. Flushes out.
okay.
That work for you? Okay, cool. Moving on. Okay, so rewiring for confidence. Say it daily. I trust myself to figure things out. You act on it, take a small risk each day, speak up, post online, try something new. Catch old patterns. When fear creeps in, pause and say, this fear isn't the boss of me. Celebrate progress, even if it's tiny. Feeling good reinforces the new path. So,
Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
yeah. So, you can combine. And okay, I always have to throw in my faith-based stuff. But like the Bible, it has so many things about renewing our mind and transforming our mind. And some of my favorite scriptures are, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:12. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. You can take every thought captive. And there's just so many scriptures on it, like anxiety and how to overcome all of that. So I just find that very cool.
If I take my thought captive, ain't I holding it against its will?
Yeah, but you know what? You have to take your thoughts captive and conquer them.
Is it mine to take captive though?
Yes, it's your brain. It's your thought. Of course you can. So,
When
okay,
do I let it go? Do
um
I captive? Do I keep it captive forever and put it in a dungeon, or do I is are they in a good environment? Like, is it like a country club or is it like a prison?
It's like, I don't know. It's whatever you want it to be. For
But do
real.
I eventually let it out?
Yes. You change that thought and you create a new neural pathway.
So that thought is a bad thought. So
Yes.
it does belong
So the
in
bad,
captivity.
yeah, like it should go to captivity or to like thought jail if it's not a good thought. Absolutely.
Now, what if I rehabilitate that thought? Then I can let it out.
Sure. Yeah, like if it was a bad thought and then you were like, hey, this isn't a very good thought. And then you could make it a new thought, make it a better thought.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, okay. And so, how long to rewire neural pathways? It depends on how often, how intensely, and how intentionally you engage with the new behavior or thought pattern. But the general basic rule is it takes 21 days to build a new habit or thought loop. It takes 45 to 66 days to stabilize the new neural pathway and 90 plus days to automate it into your subconscious default wiring.
Those
So,
are those numbers are in general numbers.
yeah.
I I don't like when people bring those numbers up because everybody is an individual, and I don't want them to be like, oh, I didn't do it in that many days, even though it said that. Like, you shouldn't be stifled because of that. Like, you do it on your own
I
terms.
feel like for me, I feel like I rewired a neural pathway in one moment. So I'm like 90 days seems like a lot. But I guess there is science and research behind these numbers, but everybody like but then it also says like these timings vary. So the repetition matters. The more often you practice the new behavior or belief, the faster the pathway strengthens.
Well, you have to have a base in anything, right? So that's the base. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
don't think you have to live up to that base. Like, just know
yeah.
that,
No.
yeah, that's a scientifical. Those are hypothetical situations that they kept numbers of
That they
dealing with.
most likely did on rats or
Yeah, but
animals or
how like what's their data set though? What's their sample
yeah,
size? You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like all that stuff matters.
right. Yeah, absolutely. Um, So, yeah, and every person is different because especially if they do these things, they can either speed it up or slow it down. So, like the second thing is
Slow down.
emotion speeds things up. Emotions, especially strong ones like joy, awe, or fear, act like neuroplasticity boosters. They signal the brain, this matters, remember this. And we're almost done. Old habits still exist.
Nobody's rushing you, Stacey.
I'm rushing me.
This is your show, Stacey.
Okay, so old habits still exist. Old neural pathways don't disappear immediately. They just get weaker when not used. So consistency is key to make the new one dominant. So yeah, that's a good point. The more that you think, whatever one you give attention to the most is they're gonna be strong. Those are gonna be the strongest
But
ones.
won't the other ones be jealous because you're focusing so much on that one?
Shut up.
Keep going.
Environment and support help. Surroundings, people, and reminders that reinforce the new pattern will accelerate rewiring. So, with consistent effort, you can begin rewiring your brain within 21 days.
Also, mushroom and weed helps. Keep going.
Yeah, you guys will have to listen to our show from a couple weeks ago on psychedelics. Some good things are happening in that area.
You shouldn't say like a couple weeks ago. You should say like you should listen to our last podcast
Oh,
because it makes it you put in a time on it. And our podcast should be eternal.
sounds good. We just had a business meeting during the podcast, everyone. So, all right. I think I've out talked myself to death on neuroplasticity and the neural pathways, but I'm so happy to put this out into the world. And I just really hope that this helps people to know that you have power. You have power and it's free. Like you just have to change your thoughts. You could create new thoughts. You could change your life with your thoughts. And no matter what you're going through, like it could get better. I really truly believe that. And I'll be practicing this and I'll report back, I'm sure, on future shows of how this is helping me. Like I'm so excited.
And she just can't hide it.
Yep, exactly. Because I don't know, because I find myself having the same old crazy thoughts about things that I feel like I can't let go. And then, but lately, like over this last week, I've been applying a lot of these techniques. And like I've been waking up happy, healthy, and just like not thinking about those things anymore because I know I have control over it. Like I know that it can be stopped.
She had a recent event that occurred, and I think she handled it very well, as opposed to other events. The way she handled it, I think she handled it very well.
All right. Well, after the show, I'll have to ask him what he's talking about. Was it what we just talked about?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because before you dwell, but now you just like boom, boom, boom,
Right. That's
boom,
true.
boom, done.
You got a point.
And you assess the whole situation,
Mm-hmm.
and and then you could you could alleviate it quick, but you're not doing it now. It's like
Mm-mm.
whatever, because
Yeah.
you are not a part of that group.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You chill with the group, but it's like you're not a part of the group, and they don't affect you as hard as before it, because you want to belong, you want to feel a part of something like humans
Mm-hmm.
do. And
Right.
you're on your own pathway.
Yeah. I'm
You're
not,
cool. I accept you guys, but it's just not me.
yeah. So I'm
You ran right
creating,
through it and you assisted, you ran right through it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I'm creating new pathways and neural pathways.
Facts. That's facts.
For real. So And I think that just comes with maturity because I'll be 45 next month. I'm excited. But anyways, all right. Well,
Well,
what
why are you excited?
I don't know. I like my birthday. Birthdays are fun and it's amazing to be turning 45. Like what?
Well,
Like I
I thought you were going somewhere.
Oh, well that's not until October. Like
Oh,
I actually don't have plans for my
oh,
birthday.
okay. I thought that
I'm
was on your birthday.
at least not yet.
Okay,
No, it's like a couple weeks later.
okay.
We'll have to do a show on that. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Ooh, we won't tell you guys yet. But yeah, that's coming up. So anything else you wanna to leave any gems with us for your fans out there?
My fans,
You do. You have fans. People love you. I love you too.
don't abuse weed and mushrooms. And if you see me in them streets, holla at your boy and share some of your, you know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
Some of your greenery, allegedly. Some of your plant life, you know what I'm saying? That poison ivy, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Let's build, you know what I'm saying? Let's, converse and build, son. You know what I'm saying? Put this shit, you know what I'm saying? That energy in the ether, yo. You know
Oh
what I'm
Lord.
saying?
He's gonna make me have to put another disclaimer on this show.
Just vibe out, you know?
Clearly. All right. Well, on that note, make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube. Leave us some comments. Let us know you're out there. We'll talk to you next time. Oh, is that a knee? Look at you showing off knees and stuff.